Hello YouTube, long time no see. I have been lazy. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm here with my friend Jaren. I've been in Western Australia for 10 days. We've been seeing a bunch of movies, so I'm going to talk about some of them. But today we are talking about The Big Fish. Jaren, how you doing?
Yeah, it's about time. You know, I'm good to be back here, but we've been waiting. It's the second last night he was here. We waited the whole time. So keen to see this one. This is the one I was most excited for. Batman vs Superman, and did it live up to the hype?
It had a lot of hype, a lot of fanboys with big expectations.
So excited for this.
Let's get into it. Batman v Superman, as promised, it was the greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. There's a lot of plot here. I can't really describe the plot easily. It's Batman, you know, we've got Ben Affleck playing an older Bruce Wayne, and let's get into the good, because Ben Affleck is a great Batman. He's a great Bruce Wayne. He plays an older Bruce Wayne, and he's really good, you know. He just inhabits the character well, and the combat with Batman was pretty good. It was like straight out of a freaking Arkham video game. Jeremy Irons, great as Alfred. What did you like about the movie?
I thought Gal Gadot, in a very limited screen time, was really good. She did well for her character. I mean, I didn't love her, but I'm reasonably keen for her movie because I thought she was pretty cool.
For the Wonder Woman movie.
Junkie XL Hans Zimmer score was just brilliant. It was just really cool. And it was just, and that's about it that I can think.
It hurts me to say it. I really wanted this movie to be good, but Batman vs Superman is a bit of a mess. It's a big mess. There's just plot everywhere. There's Batman stuff, there's Superman stuff. They're trying to make up for the ending of Man of Steel, in which a lot of people weren't happy with the destruction Superman caused. But this movie just sort of follows it up with more destruction. It's like Zack Snyder just throwing big loud explosions at your face for 2.5 hours. There's a lot of storylines and a lot of lazy setup for the Justice League.
Zack Snyder, man, he makes pretty movies, but the son of a bitch does not know story structure. The guy is just everywhere with this movie. The biggest complaint I could say is that it was just dull, and that's not a bad thing. Like, dull doesn't mean dark. Dark is a good thing. The Dark Knight trilogy is dark. Great movies. This movie, dark, but it's also dull and boring, and it's just not good. It's not fun to watch, which it should be. It's supposed to be these two massive titans, the two biggest comic book characters in the history of the world, fighting each other. That should be fun. It should be fun, and it wasn't.
Now, Jesse Eisenberg, there was a lot of controversy about him playing Lex Luthor. What's the verdict?
90% of the time, I loved him. I thought he was really great. I thought he was a cool character. Jesse, it's a Lex Luthor I've never seen. I thought it was really cool. He looked like he'd just jumped straight off the Killing Joke graphic novel, because I've seen pictures of him in there, and I thought he was really cool. Sometimes, though, he had like this little nervous tick, which I didn't really like. He just went a little bit too over the top, but that's because it's Zack Snyder's direction. He told Jesse to do it, and it just goes over too over the top sometimes, and sometimes he sometimes just goes a bit too far, but most of the time I really enjoyed him.
I think Jesse Eisenberg played it way too insane as Lex Luthor. I hated him in it. I thought he had some good moments, some moments of good acting, but I thought he was a weak villain. His motivations weren't explained. He had really not much impact on the story, and he played it too crazy.
No impact on the story. Yes, he did. He was the one who made Batman and Superman fight.
Yeah, but like, you didn't feel it. You didn't feel.
Yeah, but he impacted the story.
You didn't feel the development of his character. It just felt like, yeah, he's there. You know, it didn't really explain to us why he's doing what he's doing. You know,
he impacted the story.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, I didn't feel his motivations, and I thought it was a bad performance.
That's correct.
He was like, oh, ding, you can't unring it.
Yeah, but it did impact the story, though.
They should have got Heisenberg. But anyway, moving on, I think it tries to shoehorn in the Justice League. I'm not going to spoil too much, but there are setups for the Justice League. We see a bit of the Flash, a bit of Aquaman, and it just feels forced. It's very lazy the way it's done. Cyborg. It's basically like, yes, these superheroes are going to be joining the universe. Here you go, audience. Like, it didn't feel like it really fit into the movie. And it was just a mess, really. I don't know how to describe it. Lois Lane, I thought, was pretty weak in it. All she did was get rescued. Batman kills a lot of people, which, I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but I know some comic fans won't be happy with it. But honestly, I've always loved how Batman sort of skirted the line between being a hero and a criminal. But I thought Batman was honestly the best part of this movie.
Yeah, he was. So Batman, he was hands down the best part of this movie. Things that also let me down are things that shouldn't be bad in big blockbusters like this. Like the editing for the fight sequences. There was a car chase scene where Batman was chasing villains early on in the movie. I couldn't tell what was going on, what was doing what.
So many cuts.
There was even in the fight scene, in that really cool fight scene where Batman jumps through the building. In the trailer, there's one shot of him doing that, one shot of him doing that. In the whole movie, it's just like shots from every which direction. Just cut. I couldn't tell what was happening. I couldn't enjoy it. It hurt my eyes looking at it. Like it was just, yeah.
And the same can be said about the editing for the whole movie, because it feels like a bunch of random scenes thrown together. It's really not a cohesive plot. And Zack Snyder just feels like a Michael Bay 2.0, because he can create 10 seconds of brilliance followed by 10 minutes of nonsense. Like, there are some great looking shots in here, but the plot and the script just really doesn't flow together at all.
And for a movie like this, you'd expect the CGI to be at least top notch. Doomsday looked like shit.
He looked like a weird slimy Ninja Turtle.
He didn't even look like he was rendered properly for the movie to finish yet. But I mean, some of the buildings when they were getting attacked and falling down look good, but not all. It was very, very.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. It's a massive budget movie, but some of it looks like I've seen better in movies with half the budget.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of dream sequences in the movie that just kind of are pointless. I'm not going to spoil what they are. There's some cool combat within them, but it's just they're not really explained, and they're just sort of there.
Yeah, there's no reason. They never say why these are there. They come up 3 times in the first about 40 minutes of the movie. Never happen again. Never explained why. Just I don't know. It was just the script was just so incoherent. It was just not. You couldn't follow it.
So yeah, you've just listened to two guys bitch about Batman v Superman. Obviously, go in with an open mind. You might enjoy it. If you're a fan of Man of Steel, you might end up liking it. But we were very, very disappointed by it, and it seems a lot of critics are too. And you know, to the people saying the critics are being paid off by Marvel, get a grip, because you know, I haven't seen a dime from Marvel, and you know, we're still going out and panning.
Yeah, I'm saying BBS. Batman v Superman's a pile of shit. I'm not getting paid.
But I mean, Batman's great in it. Batman's good. I'm excited for the solo Batman movie, but this universe feels like it might be in a bit of trouble. Zack Snyder needs to be sacked.
He needs to be zacked.
He needs to be zacked. And they need to drop the Zack attack on him.
Seriously, without that pun, they need to get rid of him. He'll kill their universe.
Like, if he makes Justice League, I'm worried. They need to get someone else in. I hope Suicide Squad is good at least.
Yeah,
please be good.
It needs to be good. I'm saying, he's 2 from 3 at David Ayer, so you know it could fall either side of the spectrum. It could fall on the Fury side and the End of Watch side, or it can fall on the Sabotage side, which is I don't know. It's just not good. But yeah, again, Zack Snyder needs to be gone. I have a feeling if this doesn't make tons and tons of money, if the negative word spins
around, if it makes less than $1 billion, they're in trouble.
If negative word spins around and it affects its box office, Zack's in trouble.
There were not many people at our midnight screening either, but I guess that's a small cinema in Australia where no one goes to the movies anymore, so I guess that's to be forgiven. But yeah, if the movie doesn't make $1 billion, it's in big trouble. Anyway, score it.
Out of 10?
However.
I'm going to say 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. I'd probably go about 3.5 out of 10. For the most part, I just felt myself wanting to leave the theatre. There's some stuff to enjoy, like Batman, but BVS really a major letdown. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments what you think. And also, I am using Twitter now, so go ahead and follow me on Twitter at TheRealZoppy. Yeah, I know it's a stupid fucking name, but yeah, I'll put my link in the description. And
Jaren's link. Find me at John McClane 8.
Pretty good name.
Don't mind Die Hard. Spelled John McClane wrong, but don't mind Die Hard a bit. And but yeah, I just post.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter now. I'll be posting on there, and I'll put the links in there. And follow us on Letterboxd if you're into movies and everything. Here again, spelled John McClane wrong. But anyway,
it's the same account. I didn't spell it wrong twice.
Okay, and that's it from us. And thanks for watching.
Have a good one.